So I told you that I'm going to take you, or we're going to take you through Sri Lankan history and a little bit about what Sri Lanka is. So we're going to begin with Sri Lankan history. And to do that, let's invite Kalpa Semasinghe and Gavini Kaluthanthri. And they're going to begin an interesting journey through Sri Lankan history. And I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. So let me go ahead and introduce Kalpa and Gavini.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kalpa.
And I'm Gavini.
We're here to present the Serendip Little Stars, brought to you by Serendip Foundation.
Kalpa, did you know Serendip was a name Arab nations called Sri Lanka in ancient times?
Yes, Gavini, you're absolutely right. And did you know that Taprobane was the name given by the Greeks, and British called it Ceylon? The name Sri Lanka was adopted in 1972. Do you know what it means?
Sri Lanka means a resplendent island derived from Sanskrit.
What a great name. Let's tell our friends here a little bit about Sri Lanka's location, its people, and maybe even about its history.
Well, Sri Lanka is located approximately 20 miles off the southern coast of India.
Due to its location in the path of major sea routes, Sri Lanka is a strategic naval link between West Asia and Southeast Asia.
After over 2,000 years ruled by local kingdom, parts of Sri Lanka were colonized by the Netherlands and Portugal in the early 16th century, before the entire country was ceded to the British Empire in 1815.
A nationalist political movement arose in the early 20th century with the aim of obtaining political independence. This was eventually granted by the British in 1948.
The Sinhalese community forms majority of the population. Tamils form the largest ethnic minority. Other communities include Moors, Burghers, Kafirs, Malays, and indigenous Vera people.
Sri Lanka has a multi-ethnic and multi-religious population. Buddhism populates 70% of this. Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity are also followed.
The natural beauty of Sri Lanka's tropical forests, beaches, and landscapes, as well as its rich cultural heritage, make it a world-famous tourist destination. Also, our people are well known for their hospitality. Maybe you should visit this beautiful island one day.
Ah, and don't forget, Sri Lanka's wonderful Ceylon tea. Sri Lanka is famous for its export in tea, cinnamon, rubber, and gems.
Kalpa, since this segment features arts and cultures from Sri Lanka, let's tell our friends here a little bit about that.
What a great idea. Art forms in Sri Lanka have achieved great heights over the course of history. These art forms include paintings, sculptures, murals, and even architecture.
Sri Lankans regarded dance the best way to pleasure the nature gods. They danced to save themselves from natural disasters. The tradition started in 4th century BC. 3 main dance forms are Kandyan dance, Low Country dance, and Sabragamua dance.
The first one, Kandyan dance, evolved primarily in the era of Kandyan kings. These dancers wore impressive clothing, and they danced to the rhythm of drums.
Low Country dance is performed with masks to please the sickness-causing evil spirits. These masks can resemble birds, demons, reptiles, etc. This type of dance is highly ritualistic.
And the final one, Sabaragamo dance, is performed in the city of Ratnapura, the city of gems. The locals employ this dance to worship the god Saman.
Sri Lanka takes pride in an extensive variety of handicrafts. These handicrafts serve as great souvenirs.
This is an example of the masks that are used in Sri Lanka. They use them for rituals, dramas, and even curing sicknesses. The real ones are much bigger than this, though. This is just a small one.
Pottery is one of the oldest handicrafts in Sri Lanka. Pottery is still used by many Sri Lankans and other people as a daily utensil. This is one example of pottery. Pottery comes in many sizes and shapes, and also with carvings and paintings as well.
Batik is basically an Indonesian art, but has grown into its own unique style in Sri Lanka. As you can see, I'm wearing one right now. Looks fancy, huh? Sri Lanka is also famous for its carvings. As you can see here, this was a carving that was handmade in Sri Lanka out of wood.
We hope we were able to provide some important facts about Sri Lanka. Let us bring our little stars on for your entertainment.
Thank you very much, and enjoy our little stars.